Aloha, aloha, are you magical beings? Welcome to this video. Your High Witch of Hawaii, Kahu OniLuv, loves having you here. So, we're here in the Ritual Grove. I'm in one of the rooms, and I'm about to perform a spring spell to open up the doors for this wonderful spring energy to come in and to be able to transition from the old energy of the season to this energy of the season and to bring in all that wonderful good energy. Okay, so I did a video on a spell candle that I normally do every single year, okay? But I wanted to do something a little bit different for those of you that are not familiar with making spell candles or making candles at all, or might not have a spell candle. Now, for those of you in Hawaii or wherever you may be, you can go to your local metaphysical workshop or metaphysical store or whatnot. Here in Hawaii, in Kaimoki, below the Ritual Grove is the House of Intentions, Aloha Elixir by Keoni Tavares, and so he makes candles, and so I actually have a candle that he actually made. So this is a good way for those of you that are not familiar with making your own candles and are kind of not sure about it. You can go to a place that sells candles that is created for that specific type of purpose. So now when you're there, you want to look for any type of candle that has something to do with like removing obstacles or opening the doorway or creating space, yada yada yada, because this spell is all about the transitional of spring and opening the doorway for this good energy to come to you as you're doing as a person during the spell. Okay, so Keoni Aloha Elixir actually has one that's called Road Opener. So with his intention that making this candle, it's about opening the pathway, opening that energy, opening that path for you that you're creating for the energy to come in. So I decided to go with this, his candle of Road Opener, and it actually it's really beautiful. It has like this beautiful opening feeling, this effervescent feel, you know, in it. So we're gonna use this candle, okay? Now, before we get to that candle, this Road Opener candle, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix our herbs, because candles, now, a lot of times when you go to metaphysical stores, they have their essential oils and they have herbs inside there, and that's totally fine. You can do that. But with this specific spell, because we're making an incense, we're gonna be burning the herbs. We're gonna wanna have this, and you know, the more the merrier. That's what I say, you know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use half a tablespoon of chicory root. Sometimes you find it roasted in the herbal stores. This is a little bit harder to find, but if you can go online, Amazon, totally you can find chicory. You want to use the chicory root, the chicory plant, and that's going to be used for obstacles, removing of obstacles. So along with the Road Opener candle that I'm using, or the removing obstacle candle that you might find in the metaphysical store, we're going to be using that as an extra boost. Okay, now we're going to use rosemary. Rosemary is good for purification and protection, and in this part of the transitioning process, we want to be able to make sure that we purify any negative energy that comes to us and protect us from any ill will that may be coming to us. Okay, the next one is rose petals, and especially during the springtime, rose represents beauty, it represents gentleness, and of course love. So during the transition, we want to have gentle energy, we want to have love, because we want this transitional energy to not be harsh. You know, we want that, you know, ease, that beautifulness, and you know, we don't want a whole unless you want that, then you might want to not put in the rose petals, but I love to put in the rose petals. Okay, and all we're gonna do is give it a beautiful mix. Now remember, our intention is all about fertility, prosperity, abundance. Now, when I say fertility, some of you guys might get crazy, but fertility is all about growth or starting anew. You know, let that be in this mix that you're making right now, and put the energy into it as you're using your fingers to mix your herb mixture. Okay, once you're done, you want to go ahead and light a charcoal, an activated charcoal. If you're here in Hawaii, go to the House of Intention, Aloha Elixirs. They have your tools for you, okay? Or if you're on the mainland, anywhere you can find a metaphysical store, they have tools for you, okay, that you can use. Light your charcoal, get your candle ready, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of the herbal mixture right onto the candle, okay? You want to make sure you put it on the candle, but not too close to the wick, okay? You want to make it a little bit separate from the wick, because if you get too close to the wick, it's gonna burn, and it's for real. If it's too much, it's gonna catch fire, okay? We got that on there. Now, at this point, you're gonna go ahead and hold your candle, set your intention, you know, what spring has in store, for what spring means, the fertility energy, the growth energy, starting a new beginning energy, the prosperity energy. Put that energy in. Take a moment to do this, okay? Once you are done with this, then you can go ahead and get ready for it to be light, okay? So when you're finished the preparatory work, which is what I call all of this, then you can go ahead and get your ritual on. Get it done, be in the moment, feel the magic, do whatever it is that you do to do it, okay? So how I do this ritual is basically I go into holding space meditation after I go ahead and activate the energies, okay? So what I do is I light the candle first, then I go ahead and put the incense on, then I go ahead and bring in, through my intention, my visualization, what it is that I intend for my life to look at it in the future and how it's going to change, okay? So basically, we're going to light our candle. Then we're going to put our incense, our dry mixture, and you're going to see the smoke come up from that, okay? And then I'm going to sit here and go ahead and be in this moment, be in my meditation. I'm going to go ahead and do some words of chanting. But if you're not familiar with chanting, that's fine. All you need to do is sit here, visualize what you are wanting to call into your space. That has to do with the spring energy of this time, especially with it transitioning from winter to summer. You know, use this energy, call in this energy. You know, it's a beautiful energy. So I wanted to share with you this. If you're not familiar with the whole making the candle, this is a perfect way of doing it, and it's a good way to get out there and support your local metaphysical store, new age store, spiritual store. Okay, so with that being said, all you magical beings, thank you, mahalo, mahalo, mahalo for joining me in this video, and I hope you have a wonderful ritual. It's a very simple but very powerful tool to help transition the energies from winter to spring and then on from there. So this is your High Witch of Hawaii, Kahu OniLuv, saying remember that the magic is within you. And for now, ohui ho and hugs and honies. Mwah.